And welcome, sports fans, to today's roundtable. We've got a lot to get to today. We just got back from the Bloomfield Tournament seeding meeting, and we'll have those seeds for you in just a moment. All 16 teams have now been seeded for this year's Bloomfield Christmas Tournament coming up on the 26th going through the 29th, so we'll get to those in just a moment. But we'll touch on some scores from last night in high school basketball, so let's take a look at what took place last night in Southeast Missouri basketball. And we'll start off with Kennett and Portageville. Nice Bidewell Conference matchup there last night. Kennett come out on top 74-69, and Kennett pretty much earning that #1 seed, as we'll get to in just a moment. Having a very impressive early season. Portageville very well as well. They're going to develop as the season goes on, so we probably won't see the last of these two teams facing off between Kennett and Portageville. And moving on, we have New Madrid County Central defeating Doniphan 61-40. Also, we have Advance over Scott City 63-56. Advance, one of those teams you got to look out for, especially in the Stoddard County Conference, and they're going to be competing in the Class 2 very well this year. So we'll look forward to the Advance Hornets this year as well. And also Bernie over Bell City handily 87-32. Malden over South Pemiscot, an impressive performance by the Green Waves, 74-70. South Pemiscot been playing very well early on, so Malden and South Pemiscot, quite a battle there between those two teams last night. Oran over Delta, 78-36. Oran playing very well early on this year up there in Oran. And also we have Clever over Scott County Central, handily 75-48. Clever, one of the top teams in the state, a very good club, and Scott County Central, good in their own right as well. And moving on, we have Sykeston over Notre Dame in the SEMO Conference, 59-39. And Farmington over Cape Central in a close one, 63-60. And Oak Ridge over East Prairie, 77-50. Poplar Bluff over Soldan, that went into overtime, 71-64. And Dexter over Richland in the Stoddard County Conference, 73-40. The Dexter Bearcats get their first win of the year. And on to girls basketball from last night. Poplar Bluff defeated Jonesboro, 58-43. And those also we have we got the scores from the Clarkton Holiday Tournament, and the 5th place game, it was Cairo defeating East Carter County. We don't have a score on that, but we do know that Cairo come on top in that 5th place game. In the 3rd place game, Risco defeated Clarkton 77-44. And in the championship game, it was Gosnell defeating Piggott, and Gosnell coming away with that Clarkton Holiday Tournament championship. And those are the games that took place last night. And let's go ahead and take a look at the official seedings for the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament this year. And we'll start off with the Kennett Indians coming in with the top seed and the 2-time defending Bloomfield Christmas Tournament champions. They are the #1 seed, taking on 16th seed Richland in the 1/16 game. Bernie comes in as the 2 seed, and they'll take on East Prairie, the 15 seed. Hayti getting the 3rd seed, taking on the 14th seed Saxony Lutheran. South Pemiscot earning the 4th seed, taking on 13th seeded Puxico. 5th seeded Twin Rivers taking on 12th seeded Dexter. 6th seeded Holcomb will take on 11th seeded Van Buren. 7th seeded Portageville taking on 10th seeded Doniphan. And 8th seeded Malden taking on 9th seeded Bloomfield. Those are your official seedings for this year's Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. All 26 games will be live here on YHC TV and online at cmosportzone.com. So look forward to this year's Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. It's going to be a great one. Very deep field, probably the deepest field we've seen in the past few years. It's going to be very competitive. So we'll be looking forward to that coming up the 26th going through the 29th. All right here on YHC Channel 21 and cmosportzone.com. And we've got a few coaches in we grabbed from the seating meeting. We're going to have Philip Taylor of Hayti, Aaron Bidewell of South Pemiscot, and Jim Vaughn of Kennett all with us, and we're going to have those on here in just a moment, so don't go away.
In addition to unlimited calling, New Wave telephone users have a wide range of great phone features available. And now with the help of New Wave Internet, they're even easier to use thanks to our convenient online phone manager. Just log on to your MyWave portal. Now phone features like call forwarding can be set up instantly from any computer. Reliably activate or deactivate your call forwarding, and even set your home phone to ring once when a call is forwarded. Home telephone service made even better with New Wave Communications. Call today.
With an interactive home security system from New Wave, your family comes home to peace of mind. Now we bring you the future of home security. Arm and disarm your system remotely from your office computer or iPhone. Even look in on family or pets with live video from inside your home. In an emergency, our 24/7 alarm monitoring responds with the help you need. Peace of mind wherever you are. Now available from New Wave Communications.
When I was a kid, we didn't have all these wireless devices. We only had one computer plugged into the wall, and we were grateful.
Technology changes fast. Stay ahead with blazing fast internet speeds from New Wave Communications. New Wave delivers the internet with incredible speeds, up to 50 megabits per second. Pick the package that's right for you. New Wave, the area's fastest internet, period.
Kids today don't know how good they have it.
And now we're along with Hayti coach Philip Taylor, and Philip come away with a seating meeting, come away with, what was that, the
3 seed.
3 seed.
Yes, sir.
So got an impressive seed coming in this year.
Well, it's nice when other coaches vote you, that high up. So it's a pretty good deal.
Well, it's earned. You've had a great start to the season so far. You got a win over Holcomb the other night, and previous wins over Portageville, and you got an impressive start. And usually y'all are slow out the gate.
Yeah,
so.
we usually wait till the Christmas tournament playing. Luckily this year, we started a little early, and hopefully we can maintain that all through the tournament and on into the after Christmas season. So we'll see what happens.
Sure, and you'll open up with the first round game with Saxony Lutheran.
Yeah.
So a team you're not very familiar with. They don't come down here very often.
Never played them. This will be our first go around with them. From what I understand, what I've been told, they're going to be very methodical, kind of like what we saw against Holcomb the other night. They're very fundamental. Got a couple kids that can shoot the ball. South Pim plays them Tuesday night, so we'll talk with Bidewell and see how he does and what works and what doesn't work, and then we'll build our game plan off of that.
Sure. And looking at your roster this year, you got very good balance, guard play and post play. As we saw the other night, Mario Newell had a great night from the outside, and on the inside, Frankie Burden, very good defensively, so you got a nice balance with your roster.
We do have a good roster, and not only just, with we're playing a couple sophomores, we're playing a couple juniors, playing a couple seniors. We got a good mixture of age as well as athletic ability and talent. And right now we're just clicking, so I mean it's actually fun to watch. We don't have a very good first quarter very often, but after that we're fun to watch.
Sure, yeah, you get up and down the court, play very good defense, which y'all been playing very good defense the past few years, and it looks good early on with the Hayti Indians. You'll definitely want to look out for these guys, make it a run for that Bloomfield Christmas Tournament championship, and of course looking on down the road to Class 2, awful competitive this year.
Loaded. I mean that's the easiest way to put it. Loaded. Bernie, South Pim, Portageville. Bloomfield in this year, anybody can come up at any time, and they're at the end of the year, kind of like what we did last year. We got hot and just made a roll, and you never know who it's going to be.
Sure.
It's definitely going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, pretty much have the same group going for that Bloomfield Christmas Tournament title. They're going to be in the same mix. So
without a doubt.
Probably see quite a few of those foes this year.
Hopefully just one time.
Sure, yeah.
We'll see.
Well, you had a great run as a 4 seed in the tournament, so that you just know going in right there that any one of those top 4 or 5 seeds can pull it off.
It's a hotbed. Our area is a hotbed right now. It's fun to watch. Anytime you get a chance to go out and watch any of these kids play, go. go watch them because it's fun.
Yeah,
really
I can't remember as deep a tournament in the past handful of years that we've been covering it than this year's tournament.
Going in, some of the coaches in our area, we've been talking about it, and we thought the meeting would actually be longer because everybody's going to be jockeying for position to try to get the seed that they want. First round, there's competitive games, but second round games, if you look ahead, which I hate doing, but if you look ahead, the second round games, they're going to be unbelievable. I mean, they're really going to be good, high quality games. So this is going to be fun. It really is going to be fun. It's going to be a headache for us coaches, but that's part of the deal.
Well, that's one thing about this Christmas tournament. Yes, it's competitive, but then again, it's a good time to come together, and it's a great SEMO basketball tradition, and just have fun with it.
Well, it's still early, and it gives an opportunity to see where we stand. Teams have anywhere from 9 to 6 games under their belt. You get a good situation where you see some new people. You get a good situation where you have to play back to back to back to see what your conditioning is. So it's a good tournament and a good time for us.
Yeah, and you can't ask for a better atmosphere.
Oh, it's a great atmosphere. It's loud. It's rocking. Kids enjoy it. We enjoy it. We act like we don't, but we do. So it's come out and watch. I mean, that's all I can say. Come out and watch.
All right, we'll be looking forward to it. And Philip, we appreciate you stopping by today and spending some time with us.
Appreciate it.
We'll look forward to the Hayti Indians in this year's tournament.
Thank you, sir.
All right. And we got some more coaches to bring to you, so stick around. We'll be back with more.
I want to stay connected to you. I like the way you do what you do. All right, okay, you're fine.
Call Audubell Hearing Center at 1-800-499-8786 or visit one of our locations in Dexter and Poplar Bluff, Missouri today.
When I was a kid, we didn't have all these wireless devices. We only had one computer plugged into the wall, and we were grateful.
Technology changes fast. Stay ahead with blazing fast internet speeds from New Wave Communications. New Wave delivers the internet with incredible speeds up to 50 megabits per second. Pick the package that's right for you. New Wave, the area's fastest internet, period.
Kids today don't know how good they have it.
And now we're along with South Pemiscot coach Aaron Bidewell. And Aaron, you've got off to a great start this year, and it's kind of one of those turnaround years. I think you were maybe the 13-14 seed last year, coming away with what we got the
fourth this year.
Fourth seed coming in. So that's quite a turnaround from last year to this year.
Now we've been blessed to have fantastic kids and fantastic work ethic from our boys. We've had a pretty tough schedule. I think some of the coaches in the seed meetings and saw what we were trying to do. Boost up our schedule a little bit early, and we've been blessed to have a pretty good record against some high quality teams. And we're just going to try to compete and work as hard as we can.
Sure. And if you kept up with South Pemiscot over the years, had a rough past couple of years, but that JV team y'all had a couple years ago, you could see this team coming along, and now it's here.
Well, I'm very have one of the best assistant coaches in the state of Missouri. He's a fantastic coach, and he groomed them along with a couple of our junior high coaches, helped groom these guys, and I've been on the top end of the blessings as far as getting these boys, and not only do they have a little bit of talent, but they do whatever I ask, and it's just a blessing to have to coach these kids.
Sure. And starting off your season, that Bulldog Classic down there in South Pemiscot opened some people's eyes with that win over Crothersville early, so you got on the map real quick.
Well, they have so much talent and are well coached, and they come out to play hard every night. So we knew we had to bring it that night, and we felt like we had a good game plan going in, and we got a couple coach buddies of mine that gave me a good game plan, and we got lucky, to be honest with you, that first time around, and we just were blessed to come in on the top end of that night.
Yeah, well, you were able to answer that win with another win. Even I think it's even more decisive win, 15-point win to Crothersville the past week.
Well, we come out and practice pretty hard, and like I said, I'm very blessed to have the kids that I have. They work pretty hard for me most of the time, and we feel like that along with every coach I think in the area, we feel like that we have to work hard to compete because, as Coach Taylor mentioned, our area is a hotbed right now. It's such a it's almost more fun on the nights that you don't play because you get to go watch good quality basketball around our whole area. So we know that we have to compete really hard in order just to be in the mix of things, and so I'm blessed to have kids right now that work pretty hard for me.
Sure, and you play out of the Boot Hill Conference, and it's stacked. You got two other Boot Hill coaches with you here today, and and with Kennett thrown in there, it's in Malden last night. You got snake bit by Malden last night.
That's right. Well, I mean, I feel like that I'm probably on the lower end as far as the coaches go. I mean, those two guys in there, and I've several other coaches around the area. I have to stay on the phone, and I'm blessed, just to have these guys talking to me, and I try to pick their brain as much as possible because they know way more than I do. So I get to ask them questions on things, and they most of the time they help me out unless I'm fixing to play them. So,
little conflict of interest.
Yeah, that's right.
But I have to say, going in, the turnaround team of the year has been South Pemiscot. You could see the talent coming, but it was just getting the players developed to this point, and we'll be looking forward to seeing how you all fare in this year's tournament. It's going to be very exciting. Not only this tournament, but you look down the road, as we mentioned with Philip, that Class 2 tournament. It's going to be unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. I mean, we feel like the other groups are probably ahead of us right now as far as where they're at, as far as being able to play in big games. We're still getting used to playing in big games and competing in big games. So we got to double our effort as far as work ethic goes, no doubt. My assistant and I talked about that last night. If we want to have a shot at all, I mean, we have to double our effort in practice and our concentration level. And so it's going to be a fun tournament to watch, no doubt.
We'll be looking forward to it, and good luck the rest of the way, and especially in this year's Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. We appreciate you coming by today.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
And we got one more coach we're going to talk to, so don't go away.
Let's talk about next year.
Good job, man.
This is the time of year to reflect on last season's crop and make decisions for next season. What mix of crops should you plant? Should you buy new equipment this year or get by another year with what you have? We'd like to help you make the financial side of your planning a little easier. Our ag department knows agriculture, and they're local.
Stop by and see us
at First Midwest Bank.
When I was a kid, we didn't have all these wireless devices. We only had one computer plugged into the wall, and we were grateful.
Technology changes fast. Stay ahead with blazing fast internet speeds from New Wave Communications. New Wave delivers the internet with incredible speeds up to 50 megabits per second. Pick the package that's right for you. New Wave, the area's fastest internet, period.
Kids today don't know how good they have it.
Southeast Missouri Mutual Insurance is celebrating our 100th year. We started protecting rural farmers way back in 1910, ensuring folks no one else would. Southeast Missouri Mutual Insurance has been a family business for 4 generations, and we continue that tradition today, providing solid home, farm, and commercial insurance at very competitive rates. When the ice storm hit us, we were out there with you. All of our claims were processed within days, and we will continue to provide the best coverage and the best service for the next 100 years. Southeast Missouri Mutual Insurance, a century of service.
And now we're along with Kennett head coach Jim Vaughn of the 3-time defending Bloomfield Christmas Tournament champion. I said 2-time. I wasn't quite sure if you got that 3rd one, but you sure have. And going for a 4th one in a row, got the top seed once again this year. So all eyes on Kennett.
Yeah, we certainly appreciate the respect and recognition. And I think some of that has to do with what we've done in the past in this tournament. And we play a pretty good schedule early, and we're able to be a little bit successful through it. So we're proud of the seeding. But as you and I have talked about before, seedings doesn't matter. You got to go earn that one seed at the end of the tournament.
And got off to a great start this year. Got a win there at the Riverbend Classic. Went 1-1 there, and that's not bad. There's tough teams there in the Riverbend, and getting into some games early on. A nice win in overtime with Crothersville, and win last night with Portageville. So off to a pretty good start here early on.
Yeah, we felt like we've done some pretty good things there. When you come away with something out of the Riverbend Classic, you've done something there. And the overtime win versus Crothersville was just a good, hard-fought game by both groups, and that was a good, tough win for us. Going to Portageville, that's a tough place to go win. And Portageville's been a little inconsistent at this point, but they're still, they're a 7th seed in this tournament, but they're a team that can win this tournament. So, we were proud of that effort last night. So we feel pretty good going into it.
Sure. Yeah, I know you've had some issues with injuries to start off the season. Antonio Primer was out with some injury early on, but now he's back in the rotation, playing quite well, what we've seen.
He's playing really well. He, last night my assistant and I were just talking on the way up here. Last night was by far the most inspired we've ever seen that kid. The ground that he covered, the toughness he had, he kind of led our team for a good point last night when we had to have leaders. Stayed on the floor for a lot of minutes. We lost our other 5-man to an injury in the early second quarter, so didn't have the luxury of giving Primer some breaks last night, and he played through it. And so that's when he's going to be that guy, it makes us especially tough.
And he's providing some great inside presence for you all there in Kennett, and got some young kids playing up, looking quite good early on. Keem Nelson's in the rotation, trying to get the Crothers kid in, but he's still nursing an injury, trying to get recover from that as well.
Yeah, Keem was really good for us last night, and that was great for him. A little confidence for him. He just some inconsistencies early, which is natural for a kid jumping from junior high to this type of high school varsity basketball. So, he's going to be something awfully special for us, not only down the road this year, but for the next 4 years. So, and then when we get Rantrell out there, and who understands the game as well as he does, he's kind of a protege of his older brother. They've got such an IQ for what's going on out there and see the game well. So that's going to help us. But I don't know that we'll have him for Bloomfield. But what we do have is we've got kids that like to compete with each other daily, and that just makes each other better. We've got an awfully special kid in Cavante Mitchell, but we have guys that like to go at him, and it makes him better. And so it's a pretty good setup for us right now.
Sure. And as I mentioned, you're a 3-time defending champion. Coming into the tournament, everyone, it's one of the top tournaments in the state when it comes to Christmas tournaments, and just winning the tournament's a big deal. But you're coming off 3 straight championships, so coming into this one, do you approach the tournament any different, or feel any different about going into it after winning it 3 times already?
I don't think we do. It's a new tournament every year, and we visit about this every year. I think it gets more competitive each year. I'm just looking at the bracket in front of me. There's 7 teams that I think today could win this tournament, and then your 8 through 10 seeds are teams that you don't want to see early in the tournament. So it's just really cool. Coach Taylor alluded to it. It is a fun tournament, and it's good basketball, and it's going to be. Second round days are going to be like championship games. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be great for the kids. And Bloomfield does such an awesome job hosting it, and a place to play. So we don't approach it any differently. We use it as something that's going to get us better at the end of the year, and it really has every year. And I think Hayti, what the run they made last year, I think this tournament really helped project them to that Final Four run they made last year.
Sure, and you can't ask for a bigger atmosphere, especially this early on in the season. And when you get into district play, you'll get those atmospheres, but you don't really come upon that other than the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament.
Yeah, you really do. It really represents what you got to go through in the postseason. So, it's great for that. But once again, just a great time of year, Christmas time. Everybody's out of school, and just a lot of fun basketball, a lot of high school basketball. There's not a lot more fun things to go watch, in my opinion.
Sure, we'll be looking forward to it once again, and got a quite tough task for you to win that 4th straight title, but it'll be fun to watch. To see how Kennett makes their run. And Jim, we appreciate your time today, and we'll be looking forward to you once again in the tournament.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
All right. And we'll be back with more. Don't go away.
At Glen St. and Kennett, we have a lot full of inventory and the best rebates of the year. I'm Danny Ford, owner of Glen St. We just want the opportunity to talk to you about your next car or truck. The rebates are the best of the year and interest rates the lowest to work with. It's a great time to buy, and our people are excited to help you make the right choice. We realize you have a lot of dealers to choose from, but I can assure you no one appreciates your business like we do. Glenn, Saint, and Kennett, and God bless our troops.
Welcome to NFL Total Access,
the show that takes you inside the locker room and down on the field. With inside access to all 32 teams all year long. NFL Total Access, Monday through Saturday, only on NFL Network.
NFL Network, where football season never ends.
In addition to unlimited calling, New Wave telephone users have a wide range of great phone features available. And now with the help of New Wave Internet, they're even easier to use thanks to our convenient online phone manager. Just log on to your MyWave portal. Now phone features like call forwarding can be set up instantly from any computer. Reliably activate or deactivate your call forwarding. And even set your home phone to ring once when a call is forwarded. Home telephone service made even better with New Wave Communications. Call today.
And we'll now take a look at the state rankings for the state of Missouri in basketball for both boys and girls. And we'll start off with the boys. South Iron at number 1 in Class 1. 2, Scott County Central. 3, Drexel. 4, Glasgow. 5, Medville. 6, Eminence. 7, Fair Play. 8, North Andrew. 9, Leopold. And 10, Mound City. So Scott County Central, I think, moves up 1. Drexel actually moving down to 3 from 1. And haven't even lost a game, so I'm not quite sure how that works out. But still yet, Scott County Central moving up to 2. Leopold still at number 9 in Class 1. In Class 2, Billings at number 1. 2, West Platte. 3, Bernie. 4, Iberia. 5, Salisbury. 6, Canton. 7, Sacred Heart. 8, Crane. 9, South Pemiscot. And 10, South Harrison. So Bernie, they're moving into the top 5 at number 3. South Pemiscot hanging on at number 9 in Class 2. We might see Hayti move into that top 10 this week. South Pem suffered a loss last night. Hayti having a very impressive early on season, so I wouldn't be surprised if Hayti moves into that top 10 and potentially have 3 Southeast Missouri teams there in that top 10 in Class 2. In Class 3, Madison Prep at number 1. 2, Maplewood Richmond Heights. 3, Charleston. 4, Lutheran North. 5, Higginsville. 6, Fatima. 7, John Burroughs. 8, St. James. 9, Stratford. And 10, Southern Boone. So Charleston moving down from number 1 due to that loss to Sykeston, but no shame there, losing the top-ranked team in Class 4. Now moving on to Class 4, Sykeston there still at number 1. 2, Lafayette of St. Joseph. 3, Mexico. 4, Duchesne. 5, Helias out of Jeff City. 6, Westminster Christian. 7, Republic. 8, Center. 9, Hillcrest. And 10, Moberly. In Class 5, CBC at number 1. 2, Nixa. 3, Lee Summit West. 4, Rockbridge. 5, Blue Springs South. 6, Rockhurst. 7, Hickman. 8, DeSmet. 9, Liberty. And 10, Kickapoo. And those are your boys' rankings for the state of Missouri. Now moving on to girls. And their top 10 polls. Number 1 in Class 1, Walnut Grove. 2, North Mercer. 3, Wellington Napoleon. 4, North Andrew. 5, Marion County. 6, Camoy. 7, Montrose. 8, Glasgow. 9, Wooblu. And 10, Polo. And moving on to Class 2 is Sturgeon at number 1. 2 is Crocker. 3, Silex. 4, Maysville. 5, Seymour. 6, Sparta. 7, New Haven. 8, Scotland County. 9, Archie. And 10, Salisbury. In Class 3, Herman at number 1. 2, Ash Grove. 3, St. James. 4, Principia. 5, California. 6, Trenton. 7, Saxony Lutheran. 8, North Callaway. 9, Lutheran of St. Charles. And 10, Monroe City. In Class 4, number 1 is Incarnate Word. 2, Republic. 3, Miller Career. 4, Westminster Christian. 5, West Plains. 6, Pleasant Hill. 7, Sullivan. 8, Dexter. 9, Webb City. And 10, St. Charles. So Dexter stays at number 8 for this week. And in Class 5, we don't have any SEMO teams in, but Rockbridge is at number 1. 2, St. Joseph's Academy. 3, Ozark. 4, Nixa. 5, Blue Springs. 6, Truman. 7, Ursuline. 8, Nerix Hall. 9, Liberty. And 10, Parkway North. And those are your top 10 rankings for the state of Missouri in boys and girls basketball. And we'll, if we can, we'll touch on those Bloomfield Christmas Tournament seedings once again. Okay, and appreciate those coaches coming in today. Philip Taylor, Aaron Bidewell, and Jim Vaughn. Appreciate them coming in today and giving us some insight coming into this year's tournament. And again, Kennett there at number 1, taking on 16 Richland. 2, Bernie taking on 15 East Prairie. 3, Hayti taking on 14 Saxony Lutheran. 4, South Pemiscot taking on 13 Puxco. 5, Twin Rivers taking on 12 Dexter. 6, Holcomb taking on 11 Van Buren. 7, Portisville taking on 10 Donovan. And 8, Malden taking on 9 Bloomfield. And this is going to be, I think, one of the best tournaments in the past handful of years here at the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament here in southeast Missouri. So be sure to tune in starting Wednesday, the 26th. And that first game will be at, 10 o'clock? And we'll go through that evening. And for the 3 following days, the 26th through the 29th, it'll be all here on YHC TV, Channel 21 on your New Wave cable, as well as online CMOSportsZone.com. So a great tournament to look forward to, and as these previous coaches mentioned, that second day is going to be awful competitive. Usually you don't get to the real competitive games until the third day. They're in the semifinal round, or in the consolation semifinal round, but the second round is especially going to be competitive. And even though those late games, there on day 1 is going to be very competitive. If we can go back to those seeds of the tournament, I know the 8-9 games, Mullen and Bloomfield, that's going to be a good one. And Portisville and Doniphan's got the potential to be a good one as well. So we'll see some competitive games there in day 1 as well. So we'll be looking forward to it once again this year. And Dexter there at the number 12 seed. We haven't seen them that low, especially in this tournament. They're always up there at the top, but they're getting some kids back, getting healthy, and that's a team you don't want to sleep on because Dexter playing these tough teams early on. They're going to have have the experience going up against some tough opponents. So that's one team you can look out for a potential upset with the Dexter Bearcats. So anytime you have a team the size of Dexter, they're going to be competitive. So we'll see how all that turns out in the first round of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. Can't wait. It's going to be a good one. Be sure to join us coming up on the 26th. And some upcoming games to look forward to. We've got Twin Rivers at Bernie. That'll be next Tuesday. They're from Bernie. We're going to look to do that game live online at CMOSportsZone.com. So look forward to that one. That'll be a good one as well. These two teams very competitive early on. I'm looking forward to this one in Bernie. Now the Thursday we'll be at Malden as Crothersville takes on Malden. Boot Hill Conference matchup. That'll be live online, CMOSportsZone.com. Friday, the 21st, we've got Cooter at Clarkton. We're going to try to do that one online as well. And after that, we've got the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament, and that will be Wednesday through Saturday. And that'll be 26th through the 29th, all 26 games. And after Christmas, we got on Thursday, the January 3rd, the first girls game, Farmington at Dexter. That'll be live on Channel 21 and CMOSportsZone.com. Friday, the January 4th, Malden's at Clarkton. You'll look to do that one online. Monday, the 7th, girls game, Dexter at Kennett. We're going to probably do that one both on TV and CMO Sports Zone as we get things worked out down there in Kennett. January 8th, Tuesday, Bloomfield at Dexter. That'll be live online and on Channel 21. And January 10th on Thursday, we got the girls game, Malden at Kennett. Should be on TV and CMOSportsZone.com. So those are the upcoming games to look forward to. And should be some great basketball coming up here on YHC and online, CMOSportsZone.com. And let's take a look at those football games taking place this weekend. We'll start off with NFL football. College is getting into the bowl season now. But starting off with NFL football, we've got the Colts taking on the Texans in the AFC South. Should be a competitive game between those two. The Texans leading the way in the AFC as the top team going in so far. But the Colts, they're in the wild card spot currently. And it looks like they're going to make the playoffs. And it's going to be a good game between those two, Colts and the Texans. The Broncos at the Ravens. Broncos, they're in the, I think, the third. They're in the third in the AFC, trying to move up to those top two to get at least a home field advantage in the divisional round of the playoffs. And the Ravens right there as well. I think they're in the number 4 slot now. So should be a good game between those two this Sunday, Broncos and Ravens. Redskins at the, well, that's wrong. The Redskins are at the, I was looking at an NBA scoreboard. I must have put the Cavaliers. So, what's that? Browns. Yeah, okay. Cleveland Cavaliers, Cleveland Browns. Hey, it all works. Redskins at the Browns. The Vikings at the Rams. The Buccaneers at the Saints in the NFC South. The Giants at the Falcons. This is a big NFC matchup this weekend. Probably the two of the top NFC teams going at it this weekend, so that'll definitely be a game to look forward to. Giants at the Falcons. The Packers taking on the Bears in Chicago in the NFC North. The Steelers taking on the Cowboys in Dallas, and the Steelers really need a win. They're on the outside of the playoff picture right now, so they definitely need a win to have a chance at the playoffs this year. And the Cowboys, no different. They need a win to stay in the playoff hunt. And Sunday night football, 49ers at the Patriots. And this is a big-time matchup on Sunday night. And probably pretty much a battle of two styles. 49ers, probably one of the best, if not the best, defense in the league. The Patriots, probably the top offense in the league. Two contrasting styles, but should be a good one. Potentially a Super Bowl preview for this year. 49ers at Patriots. And Monday night football, the Jets at the Titans. Those are the games to look forward to this weekend in the NFL. And that's all we have for you today. And we appreciate you for tuning in and appreciate the coaches stopping by, giving us some insight to this year's Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. And hopefully you'll join us starting the 26th on Wednesday, going through Saturday, 26th through the 29th. All 26 games here on Channel 21 and CMOSportsZone.com. So until next week, have a good one, and we'll bring more sports to you this week. Take care.